Chances are that if you clicked in this video, you have some type of panic or anxiety disorder. You may be having anxiety attacks, you may be having panic attacks, and you want to know how you can stop, eliminate, or even just settle them down, slow down the process of your anxiety disorder. If you are clicking on this video and you are having an anxiety or panic attack right now, I just want you to know that everything is okay, and at the end of your attack, everything will be okay. Right now, your brain is just kind of in a chemical imbalance, and it's causing your body to freak out. But know that everything is okay and that you are not going to die and nothing terrible is going to happen. You're okay, everything is okay. But if you're not in the middle of an anxiety or panic attack and you want to know how can I help myself for the next time that this happens to me, I have a whole bunch of tips for you. My name is Elizabeth. I have had anxiety for about 2 years. I have generalized anxiety disorder, and it's not fun. Let's just say it's not fun. I was on medications for it. I tried a special diet for it. I haven't really found anything that helps me. I came off my medications, so now I just deal with my anxiety through these tips. Like, all of these tips I have right here are what helped me. Like, I was so bad. One day I had 20 panic attacks in 6 hours. Like, it was crazy. I stayed up for 3 days straight. I couldn't get a handle on my anxiety. And then I really did some research and I found things that really, really worked for me. So because they worked for me, I want to share them to you so that you can find something that works for you. I'm not saying that everything on this list is going to work for you, but it is stuff that works for me, and I really hope that it helps you in the long run. So let's get into it. The first thing, the most important, I feel like this is the most important one. Like, everybody who has anxiety, even if you have insomnia and you need help falling asleep, like, this is a trick that can help people with anxiety, panic attacks, like all of these things. This is really important. It's called the 5-7-8 rule. This is a breathing technique. I have heard that some people change numbers 6, 7, 8. I like the 5-7-8 rule. This is something that I learned online, and a lot of therapists suggest it. So basically what the 5-7-8 rule is you breathe in for 5 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. It is kind of tricky to do. I really struggled doing it the first couple times, like, even if I'm just getting back into it, but once I progress a little bit into the whole exercise and during a certain period of time, it does become a lot easier. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna breathe in for 5 seconds. So hold it for 7. I just spoke, so, but forgive me. So hold it for 7. And then you're gonna exhale for 8 seconds. My timing wasn't exact, and I was breathing during this exercise, but when you're doing this for your own personal benefit, you're not going to take breaths in between. You're going to inhale for 5, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This helps your body fall asleep. I don't know the science behind it. This isn't a science channel, but I promise you that it really, really does help. This is the perfect exercise to do if you are out in public. I found that in school, it was something that I would do all the time and nobody paid attention. Like, I would just sit there and I would do that breathing pattern, and it really, really, really helped me. Everything just calmed down. It made me feel really nice and relaxed and almost a little bit stress-free. I like it. You can do it when you're falling asleep. This is a great thing to do in social settings. Let's get on to the next one. The next one is something that would be really great if you are at the gym or you're at home. Like, this is something that I do more when I'm at home, because I feel like my anxiety attacks definitely get a lot worse when I'm at home, because that's just the place where I know I can be myself. And I kind of just let loose, let all of my emotions out. Getting a cold shower literally has stopped me dead in my tracks. Even when I'm having like extreme depression episodes and I definitely feel like a spike in my suicidal tendencies, not like, I will go get a shower, a cold shower. I will not turn on the heat whatsoever, and just the shock on my system really just helps. Like, it just breathes a fresh life into me. I just feel like my body and my soul and my mind are all being cleansed, because it's such a cold feeling on my skin. Do not get it so cold that it hurts your skin or that you start shivering. It should just be like you're jumping into a mountain, like a river, whatever, water in the mountains. Like, it should feel nice and relaxing and refreshing. I definitely do this when I feel the anxiety attack coming on. I've also had episodes where I'm having an anxiety attack in the shower because I feel like I'm gonna drown. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing with anxiety ever does. But I will turn the cold water all the way down, and it stops me, it stops my heart going. Like, it's just, it gives me that opportunity to like know that everything is going to be okay. The next tip is a song. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Okay, it's a song called Weightless by Mario Macaroni. I know his last name isn't Macaroni. I know it's not Macaroni. I will leave like down below right here the name of the song, and the composer will pop up. You'll see why I called him Macaroni. I can't remember his last name, but it looks like macaroni. This song has been specially formulated for people with anxiety to reduce anxiety levels by 60%. Little embarrassing backstory. I have no friends. Like, I literally mean that. Like, I have 0 friends. The only people I have on my contact list are my sister, my father, and my mom. Like, they're the only people on my contact list. And back when I had a boyfriend, I spent the night away from home. Him and I went to the beach. So I stayed the night with him at the beach. My parents knew, everybody knew, it wasn't a big secret. The last time I had a sleepover was when I was in the 3rd grade. Like, I have been out of high school for a year, 2 years now, whatever. So that was the last time I had a sleepover. Last year, I stayed over at this hotel with him, and I hate leaving the house. I hate leaving my parents. I never do anything alone. I'm always with them. So I was really scared that something was going to happen. Like, I was really anxious. I played this song, and literally, like, everything stopped. Like, I calmed down a whole bunch. I use the song almost on a daily basis now, especially when I'm trying to fall asleep. My anxiety attacks, again, are worse at night. So I always play this song. There's a 10-hour version that I always listen to, which I will leave in the link down below. I listen to that at night, and literally when I fall asleep, and by the time I wake up, it's still playing. It helps so much. I would again recommend this. It's not a weird sounding song. It's something you could do yoga or meditate to. It's not weird sounding. This is something you could listen to when you're in a public setting and will help you calm down. I promise you, like, a whole bunch of people have found success with this song. It's really great. Another tip that I have, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. You may have never heard of it before. It's chewing gum. Any flavor gum, it doesn't matter what kind of gum you are. If you feel an anxiety attack coming on, chew gum or go get something to eat. It doesn't have to be a big meal. It could just be something that you're munching on. But basically, when you're chewing on gum, your body and your brain think that you're eating, and your brain goes, why am I eating? If I were really in danger, I wouldn't be eating right now. So it starts to settle down. I don't know if it like changes the chemical imbalance. I don't know what it does, but basically you're just telling your brain, hey, I'm eating. And eating is a calm thing that I do. There's nothing to panic about because I'm not in danger. If I was in danger, I wouldn't be eating. So that kind of helps trick your brain and can stop an anxiety attack while you're progressing or while it's just starting out. Another thing that I really found triggered my anxiety attacks on a personal level was caffeine. I always think I'm gonna have a heart attack. But caffeine, it thins your blood, so it makes your heart beats faster. And then I automatically think when I have a heart attack and die and the world's gonna end. And oh, just fun. But chamomile tea is calming. So whenever I have caffeine, I have too much caffeine and I need to calm down, I will use chamomile tea. You can get chamomile tea at the dollar store. It's a tea bag just like green tea. The chamomile tea is what a lot of people use to calm down and relax. It's also known as the before bed tea. It's really, I don't know what the special ingredient is or what the chemical is in it, but it is known as the calming tea. Chamomile tea has helped me relax. I kind of use this when I am kind of struggling with the thoughts, not necessarily an anxiety attack, like when I hear the voice that goes, oh, you're gonna die, my father's gonna die, the house is gonna burn down, you guys are gonna be homeless, like all of these things that make me anxious on a personal level. Whenever I hear those voices a lot, I will drink chamomile tea, and I really help notice it calms down. It makes me realize, like, hey, everything is gonna be okay, like, everything is going to be okay. Next thing I use is a weighted blanket. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you guys this weighted blanket. It'll pop up sometime around here, don't know when. But I just made a weighted blanket. I'm gonna have a DIY of that up on my channel very soon. But if you've ever heard of the gravity blanket, I made my own weighted blanket. A gravity blanket is like $100. All of the other weighted blankets that I've ever seen people use for anxiety are like $100, $200. I'm a larger individual. Like I weigh around 230. I am very tall, like I'm a larger individual. So I never found a blanket that was big enough for me. I went to Harbor Freight. I bought 2 moving blankets. 60 by 70 size moving blankets, and they weigh around 10 pounds each. So I have a 20-pound blanket on my legs whenever I have an anxiety attack. Basically what a weighted blanket does is it kind of gives your body that sense that it's being hugged, and hugging or kissing or any kind of physical intimacy releases serotonin. If you don't have anybody around, or you just hate being touched or whatever, or you just need to do your own thing, I use my weighted blanket. A whole bunch of other people use their weighted blankets and put them on themselves whenever they're having an anxiety attack, and that basically makes your body think that you're being hugged, which releases serotonin, which fights the anxiety away. Great thing to do. I will have a DIY of that up on my channel. Literally cost me less than $20 to make my own weighted blanket. This one might seem a little silly, I know, but if you just distract yourself, I know this isn't going to fix your anxiety, but distracting yourself can really help you just get out of the anxiety mindset. Listen to your favorite song and go to your bedroom, close the door, listen to your favorite song and dance. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it gets your body up and moving. A whole bunch of therapists and doctors always recommend exercise to help fight an anxiety attack. I hate running, I hate walking, I love to dance. So I really find that it's something fun that I can do to help distract myself. I'll get into my favorite playlist, listen to some jams, and dance like nobody's ever seen me dance before. It's a fun little way to kind of distract yourself and have some like fun enjoyment time with yourself. Another thing that I love to do to calm down my anxiety is repeat phrases. I repeat positive phrases, and the repetition really helps calm me down. I will constantly say whenever I'm having an anxiety attack, I am okay, you are okay, we are okay, everything is okay. I work from home, so I'm never alone. I'm always here with my mom, I'm never alone. I'm always here with somebody. So I will sit there and have a conversation with my mom, and I'll be like, I am okay, you are okay, we are okay, and everything is okay. And I will just sit there and constantly tell myself that. Sometimes I'll rock back and forth. The repetition of rocking back and forth really helps calm me down. That's something I've always done since I was a child. But the repetition of everything is okay, we are okay, kind of helps convince my brain that, hey, everything's okay. Like, this is just going on in your head. There's something like a chemical imbalance going down. Nothing is actually going to happen. That repetition really helps me out, and it might even help you out. When I had my very first anxiety attack, I was sitting in an office chair at my mom's desk, sipping on green tea, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack. I can't even express to you the amount of like sheer terror that coursed through my veins. That was the day that, like, that time of week, that was my first anxiety attack. I didn't sleep for 3 days after that. But when I would have my anxiety attacks, my parents and I didn't know it was anxiety attacks. We didn't really understand what it was. My dad thought, hey, let me distract you and I will play a game with you. Him and I would sit there and converse back and forth. We would just do word games, like name all the fruits that you can think of that start with the letter A. And we would go through the entire alphabet and name all the foods that we could think of that started with each letter in the alphabet. Him and I would just sit there and converse and have these word games going on. And I would be thinking so hard that I couldn't even like process the rest of the information that was going on with my anxiety attack. If you happen to live alone, you could also just get into a video game. I find that video games are also extremely distracting, but I would not suggest doing anything that has the horror background noise, like Dying Light, any zombie games, horror games. Like, get into Mario Kart, get into a racing game, get into something that is fun, lighthearted, isn't going to get you frustrated, isn't negative. That will really help you distract yourself and kind of forget that you're having an anxiety attack. And the last but not least tip that I have, if that made any sense, is get help and get medication if you really need it. I've had anxiety attacks for a solid 6 months before I decided, hey, I need to go to a doctor. I need to get help. Like, I couldn't function for 6 months. I would sit there and I would cry multiple times per day. All I did all day for 6 months was play video games and sit on YouTube, because that was the only way that I could stop myself from having an anxiety attack. Even though I didn't know it was an anxiety attack, I just thought that I just thought that I was being a baby in a sense, if that makes any sense. But if you need help, if you're going through this and you think, I can't function like this, like I seriously need help, know that help is available. I was able, one day I got medication, like I had an anxiety attack in the doctor's office. I was like, I constantly feel like everything is wrong. Like I just feel scared all the time. They go, hey, you have anxiety, and like 80% of the population in America has anxiety. Here's the medication. I have this fear of medication. Didn't want to start the medication, but as soon as I got the medication in my system and it really started working, it took me about a week, I noticed a huge improvement in my anxiety. I was able to come off the medication. I came off the medication about 2 months ago. And off the medication with all of the tips, I really know how to control my anxiety. So I'm able to work like 90 hours in a week, and I am pretty much living a normal life. But that is it. I hope that these tips helped you all. I really want you to be able to feel positive and happy, live the healthiest life that you possibly can. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all of the fun stuff going on in my life, so you can receive more mental health tips. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video.